Sarah, can I have some more ice? I'm sorry. Please. Thank you.
Is that good?
Yeah. It's fine. Thank you. Love you.
Love you too.
Goodbye, Cleo. Let me tell you a little story. So I've been riding my bike about 150 miles a week, which it's a lot for me. It's kind of a lot for an amateur, and I just, I get really competitive with myself. Just got to keep pushing myself, go farther and harder each week. That's how I've always done it. I live in some of the best cycling in Nashville. I have a lot of hills. It's very unusual how many hills are around my house, and I love riding on them. I do it like every day. I absolutely love it. So since I've lived here, I've gotten to know the guys in the area, and we do a group ride every Saturday, and that's where I've really got to know like everybody. Well, one of the guys is starting a new team, which is pretty cool that he's doing that, but he invited me to like their team party, to the launch party or whatever. There's gonna be like a group ride and just really casual, and it was just gonna be kind of like a meet and greet, see if I wanted to join the team or anything like that. Again, really casual group ride, very casual was supposed to be. I drive out there excited. I'm happy to be riding on a Friday night, like just really light. I never ride that light. So when we got out there and several people, it was just like, man, this is a nice time. Didn't think anything was gonna happen. Just perfect. And then like competitive people do it, starts to escalate. What's supposed to be the most casual group ride in the world starts to turn into a guy sprinting off the front, and me, I gotta catch him. There I go. I caught him. We're going super hard. We're still going, Starts to get a little escalated. The rest of the people eventually catch us. We slow down. We want to, make it a group ride. We're not trying to win anything here. Well, then we were trying to win something. That's when the team, the new team, everyone was like, hey, let's ride for Jordan, me, because, I'm good at going up short hills, like, really fast. That's, like, what I am really good at. That's my specialty. We're having these conversations as we're, like, riding, like, incredibly fast. Hey, let's have Jordan get him to the top of this climb, fastest time ever. Okay, we all have the app Strava or whatever, and that like keeps track of like certain climbs or segments they're called, and it tells you of all the people who have tried these climbs, who has done it in the fastest time ever, and they wanted to get me to the top first. So I was excited about that, man. Like I haven't done like something that organized for me since I was in college years ago. And I'm feeling fresh because, we've been going relatively light, so I'm like, man, I might actually be able to, get the king of the mountains on this. We'll see. And then it all went wrong. It's weird that we're like have these full-on conversations as we're going like 35 miles an hour. But, we're going really fast, and we're like, hey, let's, we'll make like a train, basically, and in cycling, what you do is you want to draft behind people so that, me, the guy they're riding for, to get up to the top of this climb as fast as possible. They're wanting me to take use as little energy as possible, so they're all going to take the brunt of the wind, for me, basically. I'm going to be nicely tucked behind all of them, and at the last second, I'm going to sprint out and go up this climb and win. That's the plan, at least. So the one big guy who's like the powerhouse, we have him in the very front, and we tell him to go like, 30, 35 miles an hour on a flat, just to the base of this short, steep climb. Again, my specialty, what I love. And then I'm going to sprint around, as that guy drops off, I'm going to sprint around the other two guys as they help me get up the top, and I'm going to get there first. As we're quickly coming to the base of the climb, I realize my shoe feels weird. Like my foot feels loose in my shoe, that's never happened to me before. It's really unusual. So I look down, I'm like, oh, it was loose. So I tried to tighten it real quick. It's just like a little knob that kind of tightens my entire shoe so you can do it on the go. Didn't really think anything of it. It was just strange. So anyways, main powerhouse guy drops off to the side, and here we go. We're hitting the base of the climb. We're going up, and we're sprinting as hard as possible. Like literally, I haven't put out this much power. Like I have a power meter on my bike. It's pretty nerdy, but it tells me exactly how many watts I'm putting out on my bike. I was putting out more than I had in a very, very long time because I'd been training for this, you know what I'm saying? I'd been training for this moment to get this KOM. king of the mountain. And that's when it all went wrong. Staying behind the guys as we're going up. Here I go. I'm going around them just as planned. And all of a sudden, it's hard to describe. It just happened just so fast. It was so fast, yet so lasting. I'm out of my seat. I'm literally sprinting up this hill, over the handlebars, going. And all of a sudden, I feel my right foot loosen completely. And then just smash into my shoe. And it's hard to describe, but for people who've never ridden like this before, when you're going this hard and you're this serious about it, like, you buy cycling specific shoes that they lock into your pedals. It sounds really stupid and dangerous, but it actually is. It's very safe, because imagine if you're going this hard and your foot just slips off the pedal. What happens? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna crash and maybe die. So these shoes are developed so that you can pull up on the pedals, like the full pedal stroke. You can pull up and you can push down because your foot is attached to it. So to disengage the shoe from the pedal, you have to, like if this is the pedal, this is my shoe, you have to twist your foot out like this. It's a pretty simple movement, but it's enough that it keeps your foot with the pedal at all times. It's actually really safe. Well, what's not safe is when what goes wrong, which is not usual. I'm flipping over my bike is flying in the air. Again, I'm going uphill at like 32 miles an hour. And I'm flipping over my bike. It makes no sense. My bike goes flying, it breaks. Unfortunately, I mean, it's actually really sad. I'm gonna cry if I talk about it. It's like the bike that I've raced on for my whole like college career and everything like that. It's just, man, I'm laying there in the road like, what happened? What happened? I see the guys flying up the hill. They're like, what's going on? Looking around. And I get up and I'm like, I can feel my foot hurts a little bit. You know, so much adrenaline. It's like you don't realize how damaged something really is. Like I can walk on it, but it's like something feels weird with it for sure. Like I'm bleeding, my elbows. Like when this happened, my elbow was just shredded. This elbow was messed up. My back, like when I rolled, because I rolled over onto the pavement. It sounds really gross, but I had 2 huge gashes like in my back basically where like my vertebrae hit the ground because my spine slightly like sticks out a little bit, so it's just where it made contact. Luckily, I didn't hit my head. I have no clue how that happened. It was really miraculous. My helmet is fine. You know, guys are coming up, surrounding me like, dude, are you okay? Like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. Anytime I've crashed before, like in races and stuff, it was always like a technical thing. Like I was going around a turn, so you're not going as fast or as hard because, you know, you're going around a turn. You're not pedaling really. So it was never something that was like, I felt like that in danger. You know what I mean? But this time it was like, I was really freaked out because I was going as hard as I could. I'm standing there and I'm looking for an explanation. My phone is cracked. It flew out of my pocket. I look at my shoe because I remembered, you know, my shoe kind of feeling weird and it's broken. Right here, you can see the shoestring just snapped. Like it just, and it's a dumb design, right? I mean, it's like this little tiny string, and if that breaks, you're done. And I quickly noticed that that's not from like scratching on the pavement and breaking. Like that just snapped while I was riding. And then I thought back and I was like, wait a minute. My shoe got loose. Like the string must have been like fraying or something. So it makes sense why my ankle is destroyed because as my foot is in the pedal and it snapped and my foot loosened in the shoe as it's trying to disengage from the pedal, it's like not able to do it as effectively. So like I just twisted my ankle like really, really hard. And I mean, I've been on crutches for like, yeah, it's exactly a month now because it's Friday. I've been on crutches exactly a month. I don't use them as much over the past week, thankfully, because I can walk on my ankle now, but like there's still something not right. And this was the one time that I crashed where I didn't want to get back on my bike, which that's never happened to me before. I'm always like ready to get back on the bike, like, all right, let's go. Like, but this time it was so fast. I've never crashed again going that hard before. That when I fell, it was like, man, it felt like a car accident. Like it felt like you had just jumped out of a car. And that, yeah, I mean, it hurt, man. That hurt really bad. Every time something like this happens, I'm always just like, man, sitting here not able to do anything. Like my grass is like overgrown. My neighbor nicely came over and mowed it one time for me, which was great. She's awesome. Is it worth it? Like, as I have all these responsibilities now, I'm like not a kid anymore. I actually like have a lot of responsibilities and stuff. It's like, is it the smartest thing to be going 45, 50 miles an hour on a bike sometimes? You know what I mean? When I have a lot of people relying on me for stuff, you know? It could have been, again, a lot worse. Like, I could have been really, really injured. And I'm just lucky how I fell. I was able to roll, just get abrasions, instead of just completely, breaking my collarbone, like really hurting my head, hitting a tree. I'm just here doing nothing. That's why I haven't really put out so many videos as much recently, because I've just been, hurt and nothing's going on, really. I'm just reading and stuff. Anyways, so I guess I'm going to go do nothing. I'll see you guys around. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.